You have to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position to protect your money, know where everything is going, know what's going on. Don't just leave everything for them to handle. No, you have to be hands-on in your business. That's how a lot of guys got back in the days.
All right, family, welcome to the Shadow League Locker Room. Today we are joined by former NFL veteran and standout Jonathan Wells as we tackle some of the biggest stories in sports, lifestyle, and of course culture, from Deion Sanders in the major upset during the Alamo Bowl to Cam Ward making history during the Pop-Tart Bowl, and Saquon Barkley. Could he possibly make real history as well? Jay Wells, are you ready though?
Ready to go, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, man. Let's kick things off, man. Of course, this was trending. The Buffaloes go into San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl and lose, of course, to BYU. They didn't deliver. BYU's defense was dominant, man. LJ Martin rushed for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Retzlaff passed for 151 yards. And, of course, Colorado with Shedeur had, a bit of a mixed performance. Shedeur Sanders, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Travis Hunter, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner, did his thing and had a solid game. 106 receiving yards and a touchdown, but it couldn't turn the tide, man. So from what you know, Jay, what went wrong?
Everything went wrong. to tell him about the score. Like I said,
Okay.
man, listen, I actually, this is the first Colorado game that I actually watched. And they got dominated from the very beginning. Like, this game was not close. BYU had a great game plan. Like you said, their defense was flying around. They had Shador bottled up. I think Hunter got loose on one big play, but other than that, he really didn't have an effect in the game. It was just a great plan by BYU. You got to salute BYU, their coaching staff and their players. Everybody played for Colorado, so there's really no excuses. But BYU was just a better team, and they went out there and handled business.
Yeah, and BYU has been, was at the head of the conference for quite some time this year. So they definitely showed up and showed out, man. As far as these coaching changes, so the offensive line coach, Phil Lodeholt, he's going to Mississippi State along with the defensive ends coach, Vincent Dancy. Now, Vincent Dancy was, of course, the head coach at Mississippi Valley State. So this is a big opportunity for him to return home and get it in that way. Do you consider this to be a blow to the coaching staff at Colorado?
No, it's not a blow. This happens on every coaching staff around America. Listen, we've been losing coaches forever up here at Ohio State. If you're a great program and you have great assistant coaches, you best believe they're not going to be there for but so long, unless you're a huge university and you can pay them an enormous amount of dollars to stay. You're going to lose talent in this game. Nick Saban has forever had to replace great coaches, and he's done it well, still won championships. So this shouldn't affect him at all. He should be able to get somebody in there and get the job done.
All right. What do you think is an indication of as it relates to just say the leadership of Colorado as a whole, man, in terms of just trying to keep a strong staff together when it comes to, Deion?
Like I said, I don't think it's going to be hard. They have something going. They've been going. They're trending in the right direction as a university. Obviously, it's an exciting university to play for with all of the extra stuff that comes along with it besides football. Like I said, I don't think he's going to have any problem getting somebody that wants to come in there and coach these young men and continue to try to get better for the University of Colorado. So I think they'll be just fine. They just got to continue to dig, and he'll make a good decision, I'm sure.
Yeah. Switching gears, man, of course, with this being the final game, Travis Hunter announced that he was going to sign with Young Money, with Lil Wayne's
Agency.
agency.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jay, I know you very familiar. His hometown, his homegrown. This is a big coup for Wayne now. I must say, it's a huge coup for him. But what do you think about that? Them joining forces in that capacity. Is that a good move for Travis Hunter right now, where he's at in his career? Or is it going to be reminiscent of
Master P and Ricky Williams?
uh,
Listen,
let's talk about it.
Obviously, Travis feels comfortable with him, and let's be clear, Lil Wayne is not going to be taking care of any of the business. It's going to be the lawyers that Lil Wayne has under
Yeah,
his sports agency. So I think he's going to be just fine. He just has to do like he's doing with any other agency. Listen, they all do what they got to do behind the scenes. You have to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position to protect your money, know where everything is going, know what's going on. Don't just leave everything for them to handle. No, you have to be hands on in your business. That's how a lot of guys got back in the day. So I'm hoping that, obviously he probably has a great supporting cast around him as far as mentors.
yeah,
So I'm sure they'll be
yeah.
able to walk him through it, and hopefully he doesn't have a horror story like a lot of guys back in the day.
You know what's kind of interesting is that he had Wayne at the Heisman Trophy ceremony, and he was saying that he wasn't really familiar with Wayne, and that his girl introduced him. And I'm like, wait, it goes from 0 to 100
Real quick.
real quick. I mean, I wouldn't expect Jay. All I'm saying is I was just a little surprised. Hey, great move for Lil Wayne, getting your agency off the ground. You know what I'm saying, and stepping out there with a dominant player. But it just was
No,
unexpected
it,
on
it
that.
was
Yes,
definitely
sir.
unexpected. But well, I guess when you saw him at the Heisman Trophy Award with him, I guess maybe it wasn't unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they've been able to build that type of bond over the last couple of years, and he's comfortable with Wayne, being over his money. So we'll see how it works out. But I wish him well. Like I said, I never want anybody to have any horror stories after football. So hopefully he has the right people in place and he'll take care of his bread. And I'm sure he will. He seems like a great young
Yeah.
man, and I'm sure he'll take care of business.
No question, man. Talking about the NFL, man, of course, Saquon Barkley has been, you know what I'm saying, a major conversation piece this season. He became the ninth player in history to rush for 2,000 yards in a season, 100 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's record. But he's not expected to play much or at all in the last game of the season, man. Now, do you think that this is smart? You know what I'm saying? Are they holding them to make sure that they're good? What are your thoughts on that, Jay?
I think you gotta let him get that record. This record's been held for a long time. He's right there, 100 yards away. I know they're looking at the playoffs, but man, you got to try to let him get that record. In my personal opinion, man, 2,100 yards does not happen often. He has a chance to become the number one guy, the all-time single season leading rusher, and I definitely hope that they let him get it because he's had a hell of a year.
Yeah, he definitely has. We're going to get to another aspect of that in this fair or foul segment, man. So first off, all eyes on Deion Travis Hunter. They fell short 36-14 to BYU. Fans were angry that the hype was around Colorado, not BYU, and the commentators seemed to focus more on Prime and not BYU. Fair or foul in that regard.
It's foul at the end of the day if you're a BYU fan. But like I said, when you have a massive marketing machine that comes with Dion, it's going to be hard to get around that. He basically owns the media from NFL to college. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all his guys, so he's going to be the headline whether you like it or not. So BYU, just take your W. Y'all punish them. Y'all did what y'all need to do on the field. Let him have the hype. Y'all got the bowl win, but it's definitely foul because BYU played their asses off. They showed up and showed out.
Wisdom there, Jay. Wisdom. All right. Pop-Tart Bowl, man. Cam Ward made history first half. All right. Record setting. But then, second half, you know what I'm saying? He sat it on down and, he was out of the game, man. Fair or foul. Of course, Miami ended up losing.
I'm gonna go with foul. Now the only way it's not foul is if they had this understood before they went into the game. Now this is something that could have been talked about with the coaches and the team before going into the game. So if that's the case and they knew he was just going to get the record and get out of there, then cool. But if you went in there like you gonna play the whole game and then you broke the record and you just shut it down at halftime, that's definitely foul. But I don't know the ins and outs, but it didn't look right. But we can't. It's a catch-22. We mad if they don't play at all. Now we mad if they play a half. Like I don't know where you go from there.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been foul, I'm sure, if they would have won as well. It would have just been like, hey, man, he sailed off into the sunset. But, I told you we needed to touch on this, man. Saquon Barkley, Eric Dickerson. He don't want Saquon to break that record. All right. He told USA Today, people who say records are meant to be broken don't have records. I thought that was pretty slick. But what are your thoughts on that, man? Fair or foul as it relates to Eric Dickerson, man, and what he had to say, dog?
It's fair. That's his opinion, man. The man, listen, like he said, I've been holding this record for over 20, 30 years, so I'm not going to act like I'm just happy to see somebody come break my record. No, I've been holding it this long and I want to keep it forever, but that's not how it works in this game. So eventually somebody will get it. So I think it's fair.
People who say records are meant to be broken don't have records. I ain't never heard it answered like that.
Great quote.
But we're gonna have to make sure we quote that one, man, for years to come, man. AJ, appreciate you, man, giving us the insight, man. Let folks know how they can keep up with you, bro.
Hit me up on Instagram, J Wells Media Group. Hit me up on Facebook, man, at Jonathan Wells, my name. And that's where I'm at right now, like I say. But yeah, that's where you can find me at. Tap in with me.
No doubt.